Hey guys, Mr. Thibodeau here. Just going to jump into Saxon Math Lesson 72 for the week. All right, so multiple unit multipliers. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that when we talk about trying to multiply something multiple times, okay, and we have, say, feet and feet turns into, well, in this case, 3 feet is a yard, so it's one yard, 1 yard. Anyway, but it turns into yards squared. Okay. What I'm trying to say here is, and I've mentioned this before when we've talked about perimeter and area, right? So what I mentioned before was, right, the perimeter of this square is 12. 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 times 4 is 12 units. However, those 12 units, right, that the perimeter is just that line. So if I take that line and I, draw it 4 times here, it's hardly anything, okay? So even though the area is 9 units, it's really 9 units squared, okay? And what that means is those 4 lines, that 12 is actually way smaller than that 9, okay? When we've multiplied them together, we've now gotten that area. Now, if I was instead talking about a cubed unit, right? Again, it's 3 times 3, and now times 3. So now we have 27 units, okay, which is, bigger, but it is in fact 27 units cubed. It is everything inside of that. So it's way, way bigger than those 12 units. It's way bigger than that 9. Okay? So when we're talking about the unit multipliers and how important that squared is there, okay, that's what we're trying to really get across. Okay. Let's see. So cubic feet, that means feet cubed. Okay, that's a particular terminology, but yeah, I don't think you guys will have too much trouble with this. 9 squared feet into square inches. I mean, really what they're trying to get you to do outside of that is just go from feet to yard, right? So if we're really just going from feet to yards, okay, there are 3 feet to a yard. So we're going to go ahead and say there's 9. Oh, because it's squared. So instead of just 3 feet, you have to do 2 of them, right? So instead of those 3 feet squared, it's there. Although if I were to, try and skip a step, 855 divided by 3. Oops, sorry. Divided by 3. 85. So you can't try and skip steps and just do 855 divided by 3 and call it good. Okay? What you've got to do is, because it's squared, is you have to use the squared unit. Okay? So 3 squared, feet squared, there you go. Okay, 9. That's going to give you your answer. Okay? So when we're talking cubed, we're going from feet cubed to yards cubed. Over here in this example, you have to do 3, 3, 3, 3 cubed to get 27, and then you can do your math. Okay. So the calculation is going to be different than what you would expect, because we're talking about 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional figures, okay? So 9 feet squared to squared inches Well, it's going to be pretty big, right? Because we're, unlike our last two, we're not going from smaller to bigger. We're going from bigger to smaller, right? So squared feet, there's 12 of those there. But we're talking squared, so that's 12 times 12. So you're going to get, the answer is going to be pretty big. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you have any trouble with this. It is a little different than I think you might expect, right? Um, but yeah, for the actual written practice, um, let's see. I'm going to do 2 through 24 even. Okay. All right. Have a good one, my dudes.